Hey y'all, this is a little like sort of talk through of what drops you're looking for in a speedrun in Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. It's not necessarily a guide or a tutorial. It's more of just like just kind of a video of interest in case you're interested in FM and maybe you watched my video or something. So we're gonna go ahead and talk through, in case you're maybe watching my stream and you want to know what I'm exactly looking for in each duel. So the first thing that you're gonna do whenever you're playing Forbidden Memories, most people farm Rex, and on Rex, you want to be doing SA pals on Rex. So again, in the video, I talk about how there's 3 drop pools. There's SA Tech, SA Pal, and BCD Pal Tech. So you want to do SA Pal because on Rex you want star chips, and because if you get an S Pal on Rex, you get 5 star chips. If you get an A Pal, you get 4, and then B is 3, C 2, D 1. So you want to get those 5 because you want to buy Thunders early so you can get rid of the trash that's in in your starter deck. You'll always start with some terrible like fiends or insects or reptiles or something like that. So something that isn't very good, like fairies and stuff. You want to get rid of that as soon as you can. And so Rex has some dragons and some thunders that drops on SA Pal. And this tool is called Tea 1.6.00. I will leave a link to it in the description in case you also want to browse this for yourself. The best drop that Rex can drop on SA Pal is Crawling Dragon number 2. 72 in 2048 chance of dropping. About 3.5% or something like that. You can drop a couple Thunders as well. Osella Hero with an 18 in 2048. There's also Wicked Dragon and Electric Snake on SA Pal as well. Wicked Dragon right there, 17 in 2048. I believe there's also Electric Snake, yeah, 17 in 2048. Beasts are okay as well in the early game, like things like plants, beasts, and stuff like that. But what you really don't want is like stuff like fiends. Like, yeah, fiends, insects, things like that. Like, those are terrible. Dinosaurs are kind of bad. There's like a reptile as well. On top of Crawling Dragon, you can also get Dragon Zombie. 1600 dragons are useful because one dragon plus 1600... one 1600 dragon plus thunder is twin-headed. You don't have to do, you don't need 3 cards for twin-headed. You can use 2. So that's why Crawling Dragon is so good, and that's why Dragon Zombie is so good. So that's what you're looking for on Rex. On BCD, though, he can still drop, like Oscilla Hero. He can still drop Electric Snake, but he does not drop Crawling Dragon on BCD, which is the big thing. However, if you accidentally get a BCD, you could get Beast Fangs. Beast Fangs only drops on BCD. Which is an equip that works for twin-headed. But you can also get Wicked Dragon. I actually got a Wicked Dragon today on BCD. And I got I got an Electric Snake on BCD. Slightly higher rates. I think it's 17 on SA PAL and it's 19 on BCD. But it's Beast Fangs as opposed to Crawling Dragon. Although, Beast Fangs, it's a low chance. What we're really looking for is Crawling Dragon. So that's what you're looking for on Rex. Just looking for Crawling Dragon. Looking for maybe that Dragon Zombie or those Thunders, but really it's the star chips you're after, and just cleaning out the terrible stuff in your deck. So after Rex, some people also like doing Duel Master K, and Duel Master K is not someone I fight too often, but some people will do it. DMK is best on BCD Pal. His Thunder rates are really high, and his Dragon rates are quite high too. He's one of the best people for dropping, maybe the best for farming Thunders in the game. He's a duelist with an exact copy of your deck, actually. So he actually is very easy to beat because he doesn't fuse. So we got Oscilla Hero. We got Baby Dragon. You got Dragon Zombie again. Dragon Statue as well as kind of a dragon. We got Lala Leon as well. He drops a lot of cards, but the ones he drops are nice. We got Kaminari Kozu here as well. Wicked Dragon and One-Eyed Shield Dragon as well. Electric Snake. Bolt Penguin is actually twice on 36 in 2048. So already we're at above combined over 100 in 2048, which is like 5% or something like that. So that's really good. He has a solid rate of dropping Thunders. I think he's got one more. No, he doesn't. That's about it for DMK. He does drop some of the same good stuff on SA PAL, but the rates are slightly lower. I forget exactly why. I think he may just drop like, yeah, Yami I think is one of the ones that's put in. But yeah, overall, you want a BCD on DMK. He's basically a guy you want to fight if you're missing Thunders. If you're really low on Thunders, you want to fight DMK and hope you get a couple there. So, going through World Tournament, you really don't farm anybody except for, like, Isis. Shadi is a guy you can farm in case you want like some thunders as well, and in case you're looking for like Umi or something. He's got a couple too. He's got a lot of cards, just like DMK. Like draw, yeah. He's got like Dragon Scroll, Dragon Zombie, Alcilla Hero, Lala Leon 12. Like all of his cards are basically 12. You can see there's a couple that are was on 44. Yeah. Kaminari Kozu, Petit Dragon. Like, he's got a lot of drops, but he's also got Umi 44, Beast Fangs 20, which are pretty good as well on BCD. But other than that, not the greatest. People don't really do Shadi too much anymore. But the perk with Shadi is that he's easy to beat. But the big one is really Isis. We'll go to Pegasus in a bit, but let's go to Isis. Isis is the duelist you'll see me farm the most in the game, also known as Ishtar or Ishizu. So Isis is the best on BCD Powtech. Isis can drop a ton of dragons at really high rates. There's actually about a 17% chance she'll give you a dragon. There's 6 dragons she can drop. Petit Dragon at 64, Baby Dragon at 64, Blackland Fire Dragon at 64, Yamatano at 64, and One-Eyed Shield Dragon and Wicked Dragon at 58 right here. That's a really high rate combined. That's like over 250, basically. And then the big ones as well is Umi at 32, Dragon Treasure at 32, an equip that works for Twin-Headed. Spike Cedra at 10, which is another dragon that works with 1 Thunder to make Twin-Headed. And Widespread Ruin. She's actually the only duelist in the entire game that drops Widespread on BCD, so you cannot get this anywhere else unless you get an A-Tech or an S or an A-Tech on any of these 12 duelists. So that's what you're looking for on Isis. She's got the golden stuff. Dragons with high drop rates. Dragon Treasure, Umi, and Widespread. Spike Cedar as well. Very good. And even so, you know, at absolute worst, you got some female cards as well, like Water Magician, Ice Water, Eldine. You know. So those are okay as well. The next one is Pegasus. Now, Pegasus cannot be 8... Okay. So one thing that I'm going to explain A-Teching real quick. So an A-Tech is the highest rank you can get on a duel. The highest and most technical rank. Well, technically S-Tech. But A and S-Tech do the same thing. They give you the same drop pool. The thing with A-Teching on Pegasus is you need 15 fusions, 4 effective attacks. You need to equip a monster, use a magic, have below 7,000 life points, have less than 3 cards in your hand, and activate a trap card. Which is why you cannot A-Tech on Pegasus before you get a trap card. So what you either need to hope for is during World Tournament, you get something like, let's say on Mai or Keith. On BCD, you get an invisible wire or something like that. Which I think is also around 26 and 2048. Maybe a 30 on Keith or something like that. That's a card that'll activate. It'll kill any monster with 2,000 or less attack. Yeah, it's a 30 on Keith. You're hoping to get that in a World Tournament. And if not, you're hoping to get Widespread on Isis. So you really need that. You need that to A-Tech on Pegasus. But if you're in that situation where you can't do that, this is what can drop on Pegasus. So Pegasus can drop on A-Tech, Oscilla Hero, Baby Dragon, Yamatano, Petit Dragon, Wicked Dragon, and One-Eyed Shield Dragon. That's kind of expected, right? But here's the goodies. Dragon Treasure, 36. Dragon Capture Jar, 64. Removes all dragons on the opponent's side of the field. Very good for Ultimate. Very good for Black Skull Dragon and things like that. Very, very, very good. Umi, 64. And here's the fucking goodie page. Look at that. Look at that. Widespread, 64. Acid Trap Hole, 64. Not the best, because if you're A-Taking Pegasus, you already have a trap. But it's nice to have a second one, because if your trap is at the bottom of the deck when you're A-Taking, you can't do the A-Tech. You need a second. So having a second trap's good. Fake Trap is also okay. It's actually a better trap to have for A-Teching. But the real goodies are Bright Castle, 64, and Megamorph. Megamorph is the best trap card in the entire game. It drops 64 and 2048, a 3.13% chance. Same with Bright Castle. It's the same as Megamorph, but gives any monster 500. Megamorph gives 1,000. Crush card is also very good. But it removes any card, basically. I forget, there's like a specific requirement. I think it's maybe it removes every card over 2,000 or something like that. But yeah, it's... forget exactly. Opponents... Yeah, 1,500 or above. Yeah, which is basically like any card in the endgame. So Crush card's really good, but it's only 2 in 2048, so 1 in 1,000. Yeah, so excellent stuff on here. Look, unfortunately, there's a good amount of terrible beasts and stuff you can get from this. But yeah, seriously, there's like a good 10% chance you get something good from Pegasus. On BCD, Pegasus can give good stuff as well. I'll sell a hero 2 is the big one. 80 in 2048, that's the big one. He's got a big drop pool, or a big drop rate for this card. He's got some good dragons he can drop as well. Umi, Dragon Treasure as well. If you're looking for Thunders and you still want an equip and you don't need... like here's the thing. Isis gives better stuff at the end game, but if you're looking to like get Acid Trap Hole is a big one. There's specific scenarios where you want to do BCD on Pegasus instead of Isis, because if you want to jump straight into... Like, if you need equips, you want that Acid Trap Hole 64 in 2048, so you can begin doing 8x on Pegasus. It's twice the drop rate for... than Widespread on Isis, which is a 32. Now, Acid Trap Hole does become useless on Final 6, but it is still good to have if you want to start doing 8x and you're missing a trap. Now, somebody that does drop Acid Trap Hole at an even higher rate than Pegasus is Kaiba. Kaiba BCD has Acid Trap Hole and is an 84 in 2048. That's a 4% chance, more than 4% actually. It's very, very solid. You can get this in campaign a lot. And sometimes I actually... so, an old school strat used to be that when you beat Isis, you quit out to the free duel mode and you farm Isis. But sometimes what I like to do these days is I keep going and I beat the World Tournament just to see if I can get that campaign Kaiba drop. And then I keep going to Mage Soldier, which I'll get into in a bit for why I do Mage Soldier. So Kaiba BCD actually has the absolute best dragon drop pool in the game. Like, look at these drops. 80 in 2060, 86, 86, 84, 84. And he's got these two as well, just like on Isis. Isis has these in the 64s, I think. These are in the 80s. This is like a 20% chance you'll get a dragon on Kaiba. It's very, very good. So if you're low on dragons too, Kaiba's your man. Only problem with Kaiba is he doesn't drop an equip. He doesn't drop what's the name? Widespread or Thunders. Yeah. So basically, if you're looking for Thunders, or if you're looking for that equip or Widespread, then Isis is better in that case. So those are three really good duelists. Kaiba, Isis, Pegasus, very, very good for farming. Next up is Mage Soldier, who I won't go too into depth on. He doesn't really have anything good except for one card on BCD. He does have Darkfire Dragon. That's true. I forgot about that one. But the real one is Dark Energy. 50 in 2048. It's one you can get in campaign. There are very, very rare scenarios where my deck is good enough and I can't... Like, I need one equip, but I cannot farm Pegasus because I'm missing a trap. So I do Mage Soldier instead or something, and I hope for this Dark Energy. His duels are very quick. He's a super easy duelist. There's also that Tripwire Beast as well there. That's another good one. But basically, you're just looking for Dark Energy. It's about 2.44% chance. Other than that, pretty much there's no other farm spot in the game. Everyone else is fairly bad. There is one more duel that is very, very solid, and it is Meadow Mage. Low Meadow Mage on SA Pal is broken. He has absolutely absurd stuff. Dark Magician, very, very good. 46 and 2048. Komori Dragon. Blackland Fire Dragon. Very good dragon drops. Curse of Dragon. Very, very good as well. This is a very good, strong card right here. Kaminari Attack as well is really good. You can do that with a single dragon to make twin-headed. Crawling Dragon number 1. Metal Dragon. Like, these are super good cards. But the real big one is MBD, which has a 20 and 2048 chance of dropping. 0.98% chance. Super fucking strong, by the way. Literally the best drop card in the best card in the game, like, more or less. Some people would argue it's Megamorph. Some people argue it's MBD. But MBD is undeniable one of the best. It has a, slightly less than 1% chance of dropping. And it's a pretty money card. Skull Knight is another great card. It's very useful on Final 6. On Yami, it gets powered up to 3150. It takes Dark Energy as well. So it can actually just straight up carry if you get Skull Knight as well. Same with Dark Magician. He can also carry. Shouts to Trent for having the exact same drop rate as MBD. So if you get Trent, it's basically a poverty MBD. Meteor Dragon's also not too bad to get either. But yeah, of course there's some also like there's some other like great drops you can get on various things like that. But there's no one you really want to farm. Like I think Low Ocean has like Umi on BCD or something like that. Yeah, there's Umi 30 and 2048. I think High Ocean as well has the same. But you know, overall there's you know, you can get a couple great drops. You know, one more I'll show is I think Sebek has Thunder Dragon. You can get that on Labyrinth Mage as well. There's Crawling Dragon, you can get that too. Get some like Lab Wall. Like the endgame fights do have some really good stuff, but nothing that's really that great. Could have sworn this guy drops Thunder Dragon. Maybe it's on SA Pal. I don't really recall. Maybe it's Neko, but yeah. That's about it. This video turned out a bit longer than I thought, but you know, it's just a little like, yeah, just a little guide. I'll leave some timestamps below as well, so you can see, you know, in case I want to like, you know, redirect you to like a specific point of the video. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching my FM video, and thanks for being entertained by the streams and, you know, other people's FM runs and stuff like that. And I'll leave a link to Taya down below, this program. So take care, y'all. Have a good one.